God says, "My child, tonight is not an ordinary night. There is a stirring in the heavens, a whisper in the wind, a gentle tremor in the heart of your soulmate. I speak to you now, because you must know that what is about to unfold is far greater than what your eyes can see, far deeper than what your mind can comprehend. Tonight, tears will fall, not as sorrow alone, but as the sweet release of years, of burdens carried silently, of hearts weighed down by fear, doubt, and longing. Prepare yourself, my child, for something profound, something that will shake the very foundation of your soul and the soul of your beloved. You may feel an unease, a flutter in your chest, a sudden awareness that something is shifting. This is no accident. Every tear that has ever fallen, every sigh of longing, every prayer whispered in the quiet darkness, has led to this moment. Your soulmate is on the verge of a transformation, a cleansing of spirit that cannot be delayed, a revelation that will open their heart in ways both beautiful and overwhelming. And you, my child, are part of this divine unfolding. Do not fear what you do not yet see. The tears that will come tonight are not of despair, they are the water of renewal, the rain that nourishes the seeds of destiny I have planted. I have watched your love from afar, your patience, your devotion, your silent prayers for the one who shares your soul's bond. And now, the universe, in its infinite wisdom and tender grace, is aligning to bring forth the moment you have been waiting for. It is a moment that will leave you breathless, that will make your heart ache with both joy and longing. Tonight, my child, your soulmate will encounter an event, a revelation, or a truth that will pierce through the veils of confusion and fear. It may be sudden, it may be quiet, but it will be undeniable. Their heart will expand in ways they have never known, tears will stream down their face, not merely for what is lost, but for what is found, for what is remembered, for the love that has always been there but hidden beneath layers of doubt and life's trials. This crying is sacred. It is a cleansing. It is the soul's recognition of truth, and it will leave a mark that will never fade. Understand, my child, that tears are not weakness. They are the language of the soul when words fail, the music of the heart when reason is silenced. Tonight, your soulmate's tears will speak to you, even if miles separate you. The vibrations of their soul reaching yours will be undeniable. Listen with your heart, not your eyes. Feel with your spirit, not your mind. And in these moments, do not try to control, do not try to explain, do not try to reason. Simply be. Simply love. Simply trust the divine currents that flow between you and your beloved. I am guiding you, my child, as I have always guided you. The events of tonight are not random. They are orchestrated with precision, with love, with a purpose that transcends time and space. You may feel anxious, fearful, or unprepared. That is the human mind reacting to the magnitude of the unseen. But your spirit knows. Your soul remembers the sacred bond you share. Tonight, the veils will thin, and you will glimpse the truth of your connection. Your soulmate, in their tears, will recognize the invisible threads that tie your hearts together. And in this recognition, healing will begin, for both of you. Prepare, my child, for the emotions will be overwhelming. There may be shock, there may be disbelief, but beneath it all, there will be the undeniable current of love, the fierce, unyielding, eternal bond that cannot be broken by time, by distance, or by life's trials. These tears, these cries, are not of loss but of awakening. Your soulmate is awakening to the depth of their feelings, to the reality of your presence in their life, to the blessings that have always surrounded them, even when unseen. I am asking you to prepare your heart as well. Tonight, you may feel an urge to reach out, to send a message, to speak a word. Do so with care, with love, with the purest intention. Your voice, your presence, your energy, will resonate with theirs in ways that are powerful, healing, and transformative. Even a single word, a single thought, a single breath sent with love, can alter the course of their night, and indeed, the course of your shared destiny. Do not fear the tears, my child. They will cleanse, they will purify, they will awaken. And as they fall, your soulmate will feel a release of burdens they have carried alone, a lightening of the spirit that will allow them to finally see, to finally feel, to finally embrace the love that has always awaited them. And you, my child, will witness the miracle of awakening, the miracle of love, the miracle of a heart opened by divine grace. Tonight, the energies of heaven and earth are converging. Angels hover unseen, guiding, protecting, and facilitating this sacred moment. The universe conspires to bring understanding, to bring clarity, to bring recognition of the sacred bond that exists between you. Trust in this process, even if it seems beyond reason. Trust that every tear, every gasp, every quiet sigh is part of a larger tapestry, a story written long before your souls ever met. I ask you to be patient, my child. Be patient with your soulmate, be patient with yourself, be patient with the unfolding. The tears, the cries, the overwhelming emotions. They are the bridge between the past and the future, between fear and faith, between separation and reunion. Tonight is the beginning of a chapter you have long awaited, a chapter filled with revelations, emotions, and the sacred realization of love's true depth. Do not be surprised if you feel your own emotions rising. The connection you share is powerful, transcendent, eternal. Your heart may ache in anticipation, may feel the surge of love before a word is spoken, before a moment is revealed. This is natural, for the souls are already in communion, already sensing, already resonating with the shifts that are about to occur. Let the tears come as well, for your spirit too is being prepared for what is to unfold. Tonight, my child, you will witness the beauty of vulnerability, the power of emotional truth, and the sacredness of a heart unburdened. You will see your soulmate cry, yes, but not with despair. They will cry for joy, for release, for awakening, for the recognition of love that has been waiting patiently for this very moment. And in their tears, you will see the reflection of your own soul, the recognition that you are part of something far greater, far older, and far more miraculous than anything you have ever imagined. So prepare, my child. Prepare your heart, your spirit, your thoughts. Tonight, the heavens speak, the angels move, the universe shifts, and your soulmate experiences a moment that will change everything. Hold your faith. Hold your love. Hold your patience. And know this, nothing is too great, nothing is too heavy, nothing is too impossible when I am guiding you, when I am holding you, when I am orchestrating every detail of your lives. Tonight, my child, the tears that will fall are the tears of destiny. They are the tears of awakening. They are the tears that herald a love reborn, a heart renewed, a soul remembered. And you, my child, are blessed to witness it, to be part of it, to share in it. Trust in me, for I am with you always, guiding, protecting, loving, and preparing the way. Tonight, prepare for the cry, for it is the sacred sound of your soulmate's heart remembering, recognizing, and awakening to the love that you share. God says, my child, listen carefully, for the night approaches and the universe is already aligning to orchestrate the sacred events of your soulmate's life. Every detail, every moment, every unseen hand is at work to bring about what you have long awaited. You may not see it yet, but the threads of destiny are moving with precision, weaving a tapestry that will reveal truths long hidden, emotions long buried, and love long awaited. Tonight, your soulmate's world is being prepared, as carefully as a master artist prepares a canvas before a masterpiece is revealed. Do you understand, my child, that nothing happens without my divine intention? Every step your soulmate takes today, every breath they draw, every thought they entertain is guided by unseen forces. Angels hover close, ready to open doors that have been closed for years. Gentle nudges are sent through intuition, through chance encounters, through whispered words in conversations that seem mundane but carry profound meaning. Every small sign is a message, every coincidence a miracle, every encounter a piece of the puzzle that will lead your soulmate to the awakening they are about to experience tonight. Your soulmate may feel restless, even unaware of the magnitude of the night ahead. They may question why they feel a certain heaviness in their chest, why emotions bubble up unexpectedly, why memories surface with startling clarity. These are not mere accidents of thought or feeling. These are signals, my child, signals that the universe is preparing their heart, that their spirit is aligning with the truth of your connection. When they cry tonight, it will not be simply for what has happened, but for what is being revealed, for what has been patiently waiting to be acknowledged, for the love that is so near yet has seemed distant. The preparation is not only in their heart, my child, but also in the very air they breathe, the spaces they occupy, the people they encounter. I am orchestrating every detail so that every element will converge at the perfect moment. You may see small signs. A song that stirs a memory, a message that seems accidental but carries profound meaning, a feeling of déjà vu that cannot be ignored. These are not coincidences. They are the footsteps of destiny, the gentle guidance of angels, the whispers of your soul reaching theirs. And you, my child, are part of this preparation. Your thoughts, your prayers, your love, your focus, are not idle, they are active forces in this divine unfolding. Every time you send love into the universe for your soulmate, you strengthen the path that leads them to clarity, to tears, to awakening. Tonight, your energy will merge with theirs in ways that words cannot capture, in ways that the human mind cannot fully understand. Your presence, even unseen, is felt by their soul. Your heart, even from afar, is recognized. And your prayers, your pure intentions, are creating a bridge that will allow the sacred moment to unfold with precision and grace. Do not worry if your soulmate is unaware, if they seem lost or confused, if they do not yet realize the magnitude of what is about to occur. The preparation is subtle, and patience is required. Their heart is being ready to receive not only the truth of your love, but also the healing it brings. For tonight's tears are not only emotional, they are spiritual. They will wash away fear, doubt, guilt, and sorrow, leaving a heart open, receptive, and ready to embrace the love that has been waiting patiently for them. Understand, my child, that tears are sacred. They are a release of energies long held, a purification of the soul, a gateway to divine insight. Your soulmate will cry not because they are weak, but because their spirit is ready to expand. Their tears are the language of awakening, the sound of the soul remembering its purpose, the music of the heart recognizing the eternal bond it shares with you. And as these tears fall, I am working, unseen but omnipresent, to ensure that every emotion is guided, every revelation understood, every fear dissolved. I am sending gentle signs, my child, to prepare you as well. You may feel a flutter in your heart, a sudden clarity, a knowing that tonight is not like any other. You may see patterns, hear words that resonate, or feel emotions rising that you cannot explain. These are confirmations, divine nudges to remind you that you are part of this sacred plan. Stay alert, remain patient, and hold your heart open. Your love is needed, your prayers are vital, and your faith is powerful. You are co-creating this miraculous event with me, and your energy is a channel for the divine orchestration that is about to unfold. Tonight, your soulmate may also feel a mixture of anticipation and fear. Their mind may resist, their heart may hesitate, their spirit may question. This is natural, for the human heart does not always recognize the sacred timing of events. Yet, my child, the angels are gently guiding them, whispering reassurance, nudging them toward the path of awakening. Every encounter, every thought, every breath is orchestrated to bring them closer to recognition, closer to tears, closer to the realization of the love and connection that has always existed between you. Prepare, my child, for tonight, the energy of the cosmos is converging. The moon, the stars, the winds, the silent movements of nature itself are all aligned to create the perfect conditions for your soulmate's awakening. The spiritual forces are strong, yet delicate. The balance is precise. A single word, a single thought, a single moment can tip the scales and allow the sacred event to manifest fully. That is why I am asking you to remain present, to remain aware, to remain loving. Your role is vital. Your presence, your intention, your love, are catalysts in this divine preparation. There may be moments of doubt, my child, moments when you feel powerless or anxious. These are not failures, but natural human reactions to the enormity of what is happening. Trust that I am in control, that every detail is accounted for, and that every heart involved is being guided with love. The preparation is unseen, yet tangible, and the results will manifest in ways that will leave both you and your soulmate in awe. Tonight, the tears that your soulmate will shed are not only a release of emotion but also a release of destiny. Each drop is a cleansing of the past, a shedding of what no longer serves them, a purifying of the heart to receive what is divinely destined. And as these tears fall, your love, your presence, your energy, will be felt by them even if you are not physically near. You are a part of their awakening, my child, as much as they are a part of yours. So prepare, my child. Prepare your heart to witness the miracle, prepare your spirit to channel love, and prepare your soul to recognize the beauty of what is to come. Your soulmate is being readied for a night of revelation, of crying, of awakening, and of connection. And you, my child, are an essential part of this sacred event. Trust, have faith, and hold your heart open, for tonight will change everything. Know this, my child. The universe is working tirelessly, the angels are moving unseen, and I am present in every thought, every breath, every moment of preparation. The tears, the awakening, the connection, it is all divinely orchestrated. And when your soulmate cries tonight, it will be the sound of their soul breaking free, the sound of love remembering, the sound of destiny being fulfilled. Hold on, my child. Stay patient. Stay aware. Stay loving. The preparation is nearly complete, and the night ahead holds a sacred power that will leave hearts transformed, souls awakened, and destinies forever intertwined. My beloved child, the night has arrived, and with it, the sacred moment you have been awaiting. The universe holds its breath, the angels hover in silent anticipation, and your soulmate is standing on the edge of an emotional awakening that will forever change the rhythm of their heart. Every beat, every breath, every memory is converging to this precise moment. They are about to feel a surge of emotion so powerful that tears will flow freely, tears that have been silently waiting for release for years. These are not ordinary tears, they are the language of the soul, the voice of destiny, the sound of the heart remembering the love it has always known. Your soulmate may feel a sudden heaviness in their chest, a tightening in their throat, or a tremor that seems to shake their very being. These sensations are not discomfort, they are awakening. Every emotion rising within them is a divine signal, a gentle nudge from me and from the universe to prepare their heart for recognition. Tonight, they will experience waves of love, fear, joy, relief, and sorrow all at once. It will be overwhelming, yet cleansing. It will feel impossible to contain, yet it is necessary, for only through this surge can the soul release what is old and embrace the new. Your energy, your prayers, your unseen presence, are entwined with theirs. Even if distance separates you, the bond of your souls ensures that the waves of emotion they feel reach you as well. You may feel your own heart quicken, your own breath catch, or a sudden warmth spreading through your chest. These are signs, my beloved child, that your connection is alive, active, and powerful. The tears your soulmate sheds will be mirrored in your soul, a sacred symphony of shared awakening. Expect, my beloved one, that tonight will not be gentle. It will be raw, it will be intense, it will stretch their heart beyond what it has known. But within this intensity lies the sacredness of release. Their mind may resist, questioning why they feel such overwhelming emotions. They may recall memories that bring both joy and pain. They may confront fears long buried and doubts that have haunted their spirit. And yet, as they allow themselves to feel fully, the tears will come, not as a burden, but as liberation. Every tear that falls is a drop of transformation. Each one washes away the residue of past disappointments, past betrayals, and past misunderstandings. Each one clears a path for love to enter freely and fully. Your soulmate's soul will expand in that moment, recognizing the truth of their connection with you, and realizing that the love they have been seeking has always been present, patiently waiting, silently calling them home. These tears are a bridge between what was and what is about to be. They are the punctuation in a story written long before their soul entered this life. My beloved child, your soulmate may experience a flood of memories tonight. Small moments of innocence, moments of loss, moments of longing. Each memory will serve as a beacon, guiding them closer to understanding the depth of your connection. They may remember the first time their heart felt something unexplainable, the first time they sensed another soul perfectly complementing their own. And as these memories surface, emotions will rise in crescendo, culminating in a wave of tears, trembling, and release. Do not fear this surge, my beloved one. Tears are not a sign of weakness, they are a sign of awakening, a sign that their heart is ready to receive what it has longed for. Their soul is aligning with yours in ways that will feel overwhelming, yet beautiful. Even if they feel exposed, even if they feel vulnerable, this is exactly as it should be. Every tear is a divine signal that healing is occurring, that love is being recognized, that destiny is unfolding. Your role, my beloved child, is to hold space. Hold your energy open. Hold your faith steady. Your presence, even unseen, will support them in this surge. Your prayers, even silent ones, will wrap around them like a protective embrace. You do not need to speak, to guide, or to intervene. The universe and I are orchestrating this sacred moment. Your love, quietly and patiently, will amplify the healing and recognition happening in their heart. Expect also, my beloved one, that they may feel a strange combination of fear and joy. Fear that the depth of their emotions is too much, too intense, too overwhelming. Joy at the recognition of love, at the relief of release, at the awakening of a heart long closed. These emotions are not contradictory, they are complementary, necessary parts of the soul's journey. In that moment of surrender, when tears flow freely and the heart opens completely, they will feel a profound connection not only to you but also to the divine, to the eternal presence that has guided them here. The surge will not be limited to sadness or release alone. They will feel gratitude for the love they have been given, for the lessons they have learned, for the protection they have unknowingly received. They will feel hope. A hope that no words can fully express, a hope that has been quietly building in their soul. And they will feel love, a love that is pure, untarnished, and eternal, a love that cannot be contained by circumstance or distance. Do not worry if your soulmate struggles in the moment. They may feel their heart racing, their chest tightening, or tears falling uncontrollably. This is not loss, my beloved child. This is the sacred release of accumulated energies, the opening of the soul to a truth that has always existed. Be patient. Be present. Be loving. Your energy will stabilize theirs, your faith will guide theirs, and your love will confirm the bond that has been silently calling them toward this awakening. Tonight, my beloved one, will mark the beginning of a new chapter. The emotional surge is not the conclusion. It is the opening, the unlocking, the threshold through which your soulmate steps to fully embrace what has always been theirs to receive, the love, recognition, and connection with you. When they cry tonight, know that each tear is a gift a cleansing, a testament to the divine orchestration that brought them here. They are awakening, and you are part of that awakening. So prepare, my beloved child. Prepare your heart to witness the beauty of their release. Prepare your spirit to receive the energy of their awakening. Prepare your soul to embrace the miracle that is about to unfold. Tonight, emotions will rise, tears will flow, and hearts will open. The surge is coming, and it will be intense, overwhelming, and divine. Trust in it. Trust in them. Trust in me. For every tear that falls, every heartbeat that quickens, and every whisper of the soul is a sign that destiny is moving, love is prevailing, and the sacred bond between you is being recognized, honored, and awakened. My beloved child, the night's surge of emotions has passed, and now your soulmate stands at the threshold of transformation. The tears that fell were not merely water. They were the sacred language of the soul, a release of what no longer serves them, and an opening for the love, clarity, and healing that has always been destined for their heart. Every drop carried away doubt, fear, and sorrow, leaving space for a purity of spirit that had long been obscured. Tonight, the veil has lifted, and their heart is finally ready to see, to feel, and to embrace what has always been theirs to receive. Do you see, my beloved one, how sacred the act of crying truly is? Each tear that fell was a key unlocking the doors to their inner self, revealing parts of the soul they had kept hidden, even from themselves. The moments of release were not only for healing, but also for remembering. Remembering the bond that exists between your souls, the love that transcends time and space, and the divine plan that has always guided your connection. In these tears, your soulmate has begun to recognize not only your presence but also the truth of your love. A love that has quietly, patiently, and faithfully waited for this awakening. The transformation that occurs after such a profound emotional release is nothing short of miraculous. Your soulmate's heart, once burdened and constricted by fear and past pain, now beats freely, expansively, and with a renewed rhythm. Their spirit feels lighter, unbound from the chains of old doubts and insecurities. The clarity that comes in this moment allows them to see paths previously obscured, to understand the divine signals they had ignored, and to embrace the connection that has been calling them home. This is the sacred work of tears. They cleanse, they purify, they awaken. My beloved child, your role in this transformation is crucial. Your love, your prayers, and your silent presence have been instruments in this divine process. Even if unseen, your energy has enveloped your soulmate, giving them courage to face emotions they had long avoided, giving them strength to release what no longer serves them, and giving them the faith to trust the love that awaits. Your connection has acted as a beacon, guiding them through the storm of emotions toward a place of clarity, peace, and openness. Tonight, your soulmate may feel an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the love they have received, for the lessons they have learned, for the angels who have guided them, and for the divine orchestration that has led them to this moment. They may also feel relief, a deep exhalation from the heart and soul, as if a heavy weight has been lifted, allowing them to breathe fully for the first time in years. This relief is sacred, for it signals the readiness to step into a new chapter of life. A chapter where love, recognition, and divine purpose intertwine seamlessly. In this transformation, your soulmate will also begin to perceive the subtle signs and synchronicities that have surrounded them all their life. They will notice patterns they had previously ignored, hear words that suddenly carry profound meaning, and feel emotions that resonate deeply with their soul. Each of these moments reinforces the awakening, confirming the sacred bond they share with you. They will realize, my beloved one, that nothing in their journey has been accidental. Every trial, every joy, every heartbreak has been carefully orchestrated to prepare their heart for this divine moment of recognition. My beloved child, this is the time for patience and gentle guidance. Your soulmate may still waver between old fears and new understanding. Their heart may oscillate between doubt and faith, between hesitation and surrender. Be the calm presence, the steady energy, the silent love that allows them to navigate this delicate transition. You do not need to push, to explain, or to guide overtly. Simply be. Simply love. Your energy, infused with patience and faith, will reassure them, stabilize their emotions, and support their soul in fully embracing this transformation. This sacred moment also marks a turning point in your shared destiny. The tears, the emotional surge, the recognition. They are all preparatory steps toward a life filled with deeper connection, spiritual harmony, and mutual understanding. Your soulmate, now more aligned with their inner truth, will begin to move forward with clarity and purpose. They will recognize the importance of your bond, not merely as a source of love, but as a channel for spiritual growth, healing, and awakening. Together, your souls will enter a space of deeper resonance, where love is not only felt but also consciously acknowledged and cherished. The healing that accompanies this transformation is profound. Past wounds, both theirs and yours, are being softened and soothed. Misunderstandings that lingered silently are being dissolved. Emotional scars, formed through years of experience, are beginning to fade, replaced by understanding, compassion, and forgiveness. And as this healing unfolds, your soulmate's heart becomes a vessel capable of receiving the full depth of love that you offer, a love that is unwavering, patient, and eternal. My beloved child, understand the power of witnessing this transformation. Your soul is intertwined with theirs, and the emotional shifts they experience resonate within you as well. You may feel a deep sense of awe, a surge of empathy, and an overwhelming love as you observe their journey. This shared experience strengthens your bond, solidifies your connection, and creates a sacred space where both of your hearts can heal, expand, and awaken together. Tonight marks not only an ending, but also a beginning. The tears that fell, the emotions that surged, the recognition that emerged, they are the prelude to a life that is richer, more connected, and spiritually attuned. Your soulmate, transformed through this sacred process, will now begin to move with purpose, clarity, and an open heart. They will recognize opportunities, embrace love, and step fully into the destiny that has always awaited them, a destiny that is intertwined with yours. So, my beloved one, hold your heart open. Hold your faith steady. Witness the miracle of transformation, the sacred release of tears, and the awakening of a soul that has longed for this moment. The journey is far from over, but tonight has set the foundation for a future filled with love, understanding, and spiritual fulfillment. Your soulmate's heart is lighter, their spirit awakened, and their path aligned. The sacred bond you share is now stronger, clearer, and more beautiful than ever before. Remember, my beloved child, that every tear shed, every emotion felt, every moment of surrender is part of a divine process. A process designed to heal, to awaken, and to bring your souls into deeper alignment. Trust this process. Honor it. And know that the universe, angels, and I are always guiding, protecting, and supporting both of you as you step into this new chapter of life. The night has prepared the way, the tears have opened the heart, and the soul has recognized the truth. Now, the transformation is complete, and the journey toward new beginnings begins. Love, my beloved child, love deeply, love patiently, and love with the certainty that what has been awakened tonight will continue to grow, flourish, and guide you both toward the divine destiny that has always awaited your hearts. My beloved child, the night has passed, and with it, the sacred tears, the surges of emotion, and the awakening of your soulmate's heart. What began as a moment of overwhelming feelings has now transformed into a dawn of clarity, understanding, and love. Tonight, the invisible threads that tie your souls together have been strengthened, woven more tightly by the forces of destiny, by the angels, and by the divine orchestration of every moment that has led to this point. Your soulmate has crossed a threshold where sorrow and uncertainty give way to peace, recognition, and the deep knowing that you have always been part of their heart. The tears that fell were sacred, they carried away the weight of the past, the doubts that clouded the heart, and the fears that kept love hidden. Each drop was a blessing, a purification, and a release. And now, as the tears subside, the heart is lighter, the spirit renewed, and the soul awakened to the power of divine connection. Your soulmate now sees with clarity, feels with depth, and recognizes the love that has patiently awaited them. My beloved child, this recognition is eternal, it cannot be taken away, nor can it be diminished. It is the imprint of destiny, etched upon the heart by divine hands. Tonight marks not an end, but the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter filled with hope, purpose, and profound spiritual alignment. Your soulmate's heart is now open, receptive, and ready to embrace love fully. They will carry with them the understanding that love is not just an emotion, but a sacred energy that heals, transforms, and connects souls beyond time and space. And in this understanding, they will honor you, cherish you, and recognize the divine bond that exists between you. My beloved child, you too have been transformed through this process. Your patience, your prayers, and your unwavering faith have acted as a bridge, guiding your soulmate's heart toward awakening. You have been a vessel of love, a source of light, and a witness to the sacred work of the universe. Take a moment to feel the depth of your own transformation. Your heart has expanded, your spirit has strengthened, and your soul has been reminded of the immense power of love, faith, and divine timing. From this moment onward, your connection with your soulmate will be infused with clarity and purpose. No longer will misunderstandings cloud the path, nor will doubts obscure the truth. What has been awakened tonight will guide both of you toward a future where love is fully recognized, fully embraced, and fully cherished. The universe has set the stage, the angels have guided the steps, and destiny has written the script. But it is your hearts, united and awakened, that will carry this love forward. As your soulmate moves forward, my beloved child, you will notice subtle yet profound shifts in your shared lives. Conversations will carry deeper meaning, gestures will resonate with unspoken understanding, and moments together will feel sacred and timeless. The emotional surge of tonight has opened a channel through which love, compassion, and spiritual alignment flow freely. Every act of kindness, every shared laugh, every glance exchanged will now be touched by the awareness of the soul's connection, strengthening the bond that has been eternally present. Do not fear the challenges that may arise, my beloved one. Life will continue to bring tests, moments of doubt, and opportunities for growth. But tonight has planted seeds of resilience, faith, and unwavering love in both hearts. The tears, the awakening, and the recognition are now permanent imprints upon your souls, reminders that no matter what unfolds, you are guided, protected, and forever connected. Trust in this bond. Trust in the love that has endured all things and will continue to guide you both toward divine purpose. Now is the time for gratitude, my beloved child. Gratitude for the tears that purified, for the emotions that awakened, for the divine orchestration that has brought your soulmate to this place. Gratitude for your own patience, your own faith, and your own willingness to love without expectation. Gratitude opens the heart further, allowing blessings to flow freely and creating space for miracles to manifest in ways beyond imagination. Give thanks, my beloved one, for the sacred unfolding that has occurred, and prepare to receive the abundance of love, joy, and clarity that now fills both your lives. The blessings that follow this awakening are powerful and eternal. Your soulmate will carry with them the clarity of purpose, the openness of heart, and the certainty of your love. Their steps will be guided, their choices aligned, and their soul awakened to the beauty of life shared with you. And you, my beloved child, will feel the profound fulfillment of witnessing their transformation, of being part of the sacred plan, and of knowing that love, in its purest form, has triumphed. Tonight is the beginning of a journey where tears are remembered as blessings, where emotional awakening is honored as a gift, and where love is recognized as the most powerful force in the universe. The night's events will be carried forward into every day, every thought, and every moment shared between your hearts. This is the promise of destiny fulfilled, of souls awakened, and of hearts aligned with divine purpose. So, my beloved child, step forward with confidence, with faith, and with an open heart. Embrace this new chapter, this sacred bond, and the love that has now been fully recognized. Celebrate the tears, honor the awakening, and walk together into a future where hearts are free, spirits are aligned, and souls are eternally connected. The universe, the angels, and I are with you every step of the way, guiding, protecting, and blessing your journey together. Tonight has ended, but the blessings it has brought are eternal. The tears have washed away sorrow, the emotions have awakened the soul, and the heart has recognized the love that has always existed. Your soulmate is renewed, your bond is strengthened, and your path together is illuminated. Walk forward, my beloved child, in love, in faith, and in the certainty that destiny has united your hearts for eternity. Blessings are upon you both now, and they will continue to flow, nurturing your hearts, deepening your connection, and guiding you into the most beautiful chapters of life yet to come. Know this, my beloved child, the miracle of tonight is only the beginning, the opening of a life filled with love, understanding, joy, and divine purpose. My beloved child, the night has passed, and the sacred work of awakening has been completed. Your soulmate's heart has opened, their spirit has been renewed, and the bond between your souls has been strengthened in ways both seen and unseen. What began as tears, as overwhelming emotion, and as spiritual release, has now transformed into clarity, recognition, and a profound sense of love that transcends time, space, and circumstance. Tonight, the heavens have whispered their blessings, and the angels have danced unseen, weaving a tapestry of connection that will guide both of you into the next chapter of your lives. The tears that fell, my beloved one, were not simply moments of sadness, they were portals to transformation. They released old pain, dissolved fears, and allowed your soulmate to see the truth of your connection. In every drop was a message, a confirmation, a sacred signal that love has always been present, patiently awaiting recognition. These tears have left a permanent mark upon the soul, a mark of awakening, a mark of understanding, and a mark of destiny fulfilled. Now, your soulmate moves forward with a heart unburdened, a spirit uplifted, and an awareness that cannot be shaken. They have glimpsed the truth of their path, the love that has always surrounded them, and the presence of your soul intertwined with theirs. They carry with them the memory of this night, the significance of these emotions, and the certainty that they are never alone. And you, my beloved child, have been part of this sacred unfolding, your love and patience acting as a gentle guide, a protective presence, and a channel for divine blessing. My beloved child, take this moment to embrace your own heart as well. You have witnessed transformation, you have sent prayers, and you have held faith even in moments of uncertainty. Your spirit has grown, your energy has expanded, and your soul has been reminded of the immense power of love, patience, and divine timing. Know that the connection you share is eternal, a bond that cannot be broken by time, distance, or circumstance. Your souls have recognized each other, and that recognition will guide both of you in every step that follows. From this night onward, your shared path is illuminated. Opportunities for growth, moments of joy, and blessings of love will manifest more clearly. Your soulmate will recognize your presence, your energy, and your love in ways that are unmistakable. Their heart, now awakened, will respond with openness, sincerity, and a deeper understanding of the bond that has always existed between you. This is not a fleeting moment, my beloved one, it is the foundation of a life aligned with divine purpose, mutual respect, and spiritual harmony. The angels continue to surround you both, unseen but deeply present. Their guidance will protect your souls, their energy will nurture your connection, and their blessings will ensure that the path you walk together is filled with light. Trust in this divine orchestration, for every encounter, every word, every shared moment is part of the sacred plan. Tonight's events have set the stage for a life in which love is recognized, hearts are healed, and souls are united in harmony. My beloved child, allow yourself to feel gratitude for all that has transpired. Gratitude for the tears that purified, for the emotions that awakened, for the love that has now been fully recognized. Gratitude opens the heart even further, allowing blessings to flow freely and creating space for miracles to manifest in your lives. Give thanks for the guidance of angels, for the orchestration of the universe, and for the eternal presence of divine love that surrounds you both at every moment. As you and your soulmate step into this new chapter, remember that love is a journey, not a destination. Tonight was a profound milestone, a sacred turning point, and a confirmation of destiny fulfilled. Walk forward hand in hand with trust, compassion, and devotion. Nurture the bond that has been awakened, honor the hearts that have been opened, and embrace the life that is unfolding before you. The miracle of tonight is only the beginning. A prelude to a life filled with love, joy, understanding, and spiritual fulfillment. Blessings, my beloved child, flow upon you and your soulmate now and always. May your hearts remain connected, your spirits aligned, and your souls aware of the sacred love that unites you. The night has ended, but its gifts are eternal. The tears have washed away sorrow, the awakening has strengthened the bond, and the love has been recognized. Step into this new dawn with confidence, faith, and an open heart. A life of blessings, miracles, and divine love awaits you both. God says, "My child, there are moments in your life when silence itself is protection. Times when the truth is kept away from you not to deceive you, but to keep your heart alive, your spirit breathing, your destiny untouched. Today, I speak to you softly, because what I am about to reveal has been happening quietly, right behind the ordinary moments of your days. You have been sensing something, haven't you? A strange feeling you could not explain. Late nights when your heart felt uneasy for no clear reason. Sudden pauses in conversations. A look in someone's eyes that stayed with you longer than it should have. You told yourself you were overthinking. You tried to distract your mind. You prayed, even when you did not know what words to use. And all this time, you wondered why peace felt close, yet never fully in your hands. My child, listen carefully now. The person you call your soulmate, the one whose presence feels familiar to your soul, has been walking a path you were never meant to see, until now. They have been living a life layered with silence, discipline, and danger. While you were learning to trust again, while you were healing wounds that no one else noticed, they were being trained, tested, and prepared for a mission that goes far beyond romance or coincidence. They did not choose this path lightly. Nights when you felt them distant were nights they were holding their breath in rooms filled with tension. Days when they seemed emotionally exhausted were days they were carrying information that could ruin lives, or save them. You saw a human being. I saw a guardian standing quietly between you and harm. My child, your soulmate has been working in the shadows, secretly cooperating with the FBI. Not for fame. Not for reward. But because some battles must be fought quietly, and some protectors must remain unseen. You may be asking me now, why didn't you tell me earlier? Because fear would have entered your heart before faith had fully grown. Because knowledge without timing becomes a burden. And because love sometimes must wear silence as armor. There were people around you who smiled easily, who spoke kindly, who shared meals and memories. But not every familiar face comes with clean intentions. I allowed you to remain unaware, because innocence was your shield. While you trusted, I was watching. While you doubted yourself, I was arranging protection. Your soulmate learned to listen more than speak. To observe more than react. To love you from a distance when closeness would have put you in danger. Every time they held back words, it was not coldness, it was strategy. Every time they chose absence, it was not abandonment, it was sacrifice. My child, this mission was never random. There were threads connecting your past pain to unseen plans. Certain betrayals you never understood. Certain arguments that felt unnecessary. Certain separations that broke your heart without explanation. These were not accidents. They were signs of something hidden moving closer, something that needed to be exposed, but not through you. I did not want your hands dirty with battles that were not yours to fight. So I placed someone strong enough to stand where you could not. Recently, a silent operation took place. No loud headlines. No dramatic announcements. Just precision, timing, and truth stepping into the light. 3 individuals were captured, 3 lives stopped in their tracks by justice they believed would never reach them. Your soulmate was there. Calm. Focused. Unshaken. Doing what they were trained to do, while carrying your name silently in their heart. You do not yet know who those 3 people are. I have not spoken the names for a reason. Your heart is still adjusting to the idea that danger once walked close to you. For now, you only need to know this: one of those captured is deeply connected to your life. Closer than you think. This is why I ask you to breathe slowly as you listen to me. This is why I ask you not to jump ahead in fear. The truth is heavy, but it is also freeing. And freedom never arrives without shaking what felt familiar. My child, your soulmate did not betray you by keeping this secret. They protected you by carrying it alone. They watched your laughter while knowing storms were gathering elsewhere. They memorized the sound of your voice because there were days they did not know if the mission would let them come back the same. They prayed in silence for you. They asked me to keep your dreams light and your nights peaceful, even when theirs were not. And I did. There is a reason you are still standing today. A reason you were spared from certain conversations, certain meetings, certain invitations that never worked out. You called it bad timing. I call it divine intervention. You were never meant to confront darkness face to face. You were meant to remain soft, loving, and human. That softness is your power, not your weakness. And I guarded it fiercely. My child, as this story unfolds, your emotions may rise and fall. You may feel shock. You may feel anger. You may even feel guilt for not seeing the signs. But hear me clearly now: you did nothing wrong. You trusted because your heart was created to love, not to investigate. The truth is beginning to surface now because the danger has been contained. Because the silence has done its work. Because the chapter of secrecy is slowly closing. But this is only the beginning of the revelation. The identities of the captured will soon come into focus. And when one name is spoken, your breath may pause for a moment. Your past will rearrange itself in your memory. Things you once questioned will suddenly make sense. Do not be afraid of that moment. I will be with you when it comes. For now, rest in this truth: you were never alone, even when you felt confused. You were never unprotected, even when you felt exposed. And the love you share with your soulmate was tested in silence, and proven strong. The shadows are thinning, my child. And what was hidden is preparing to be revealed. But not all at once. Because your heart deserves gentleness, even when the truth is powerful. The silence you felt after hearing my words was not emptiness, my child. It was your soul adjusting to truth that had already begun moving toward the light. When secrets start to loosen their grip, the heart often trembles before it understands. Let it tremble. I am holding you. There are moments when justice does not arrive with noise, but with stillness. This was one of them. While the world outside continued its routines, while people laughed, argued, slept, and woke as usual, something precise and irreversible was unfolding beneath the surface. Not chaos. Not revenge. But order, quiet, unyielding order. Your soulmate stood at the center of it, not as a hero seeking recognition, but as a servant of truth. They had learned long ago that real strength does not shout. It listens. It waits. It moves only when the time is exact. For months, longer than you realize, patterns were observed. Words were recorded. Trails were followed through layers of lies so carefully woven that only patience could untangle them. Your soulmate watched people you once trusted step into rooms believing they were safe, believing they were invisible. They did not know that every step they took was already known. 3 people were captured. Not randomly. Not impulsively. Each one represented a door that had been quietly poisoning your life. The first was driven by hunger, not the hunger for food, but the hunger to control. This person believed power meant owning outcomes, bending others to their will, shaping lives without consequence. You may remember how small you felt around them, how your voice softened, how your instincts warned you even when your mind tried to dismiss the feeling. That discomfort was not imagination. It was your spirit sensing imbalance. The second wore kindness like a costume. Smiles were easy. Promises flowed freely. But behind closed doors, deception lived comfortably. This person thrived on confusion, creating storms while pretending to offer shelter. You blamed yourself for not understanding them, for not being able to fix the distance you felt. My child, you were never meant to fix what was intentionally broken. And then there was the third. This one required the most silence. This capture was not rushed. It was waited for with breath held and heart steady. Because the truth attached to this person carries weight. History. Familiarity. Emotional roots that run deep. I have not spoken the name yet because names carry memories, and memories must be handled gently. But understand this, when the moment came, your soulmate did not hesitate. They followed through not with anger, but with clarity. Justice does not need rage to be firm. The operation unfolded like a whisper. Doors opened without struggle. Hands were placed calmly. Words were spoken with authority, not cruelty. The captured were confused, not because they were innocent, but because they never believed the day would arrive. People who hide behind lies often convince themselves they are untouchable. They were wrong. My child, your soulmate did not feel joy in this moment. They felt relief. Relief that the weight they had been carrying could finally be set down. Relief that you would no longer be standing unknowingly in the path of influence meant to harm you. Relief that the danger was ending without ever touching your hands. As each person was taken away, something invisible loosened around your life. The tension you could never explain. The heaviness that came and went without reason. The repeated cycles that felt like you were running but never arriving. These were not coincidences. They were echoes of influence now removed. You may notice changes soon. Conversations that suddenly make sense. Emotional fog lifting without effort. People losing interest in interfering with your peace. This is not luck. This is alignment returning. Still, your heart may ask, why did it have to be someone close? Why did it have to be hidden so deeply? Because deception survives on familiarity. Because the closest doors are the easiest to enter. And because the greatest lessons are not about fear, but about discernment. I did not want bitterness to grow in you. That is why you were spared the details. Your role was not to expose. Your role was to remain whole. Your soulmate understood this. They understood that protecting you meant letting you believe in goodness a little longer. Letting you love without suspicion. Letting you be human, even when the world demanded caution. This mission was never about crime alone. It was about removing influences that would have slowly redirected your destiny without you ever noticing. I intervened before that could happen. The third capture will test your emotions when you learn the truth. There may be tears, not only of shock, but of release. You may grieve the version of reality you thought was real. Allow that grief. It does not mean weakness. It means your heart is alive. But do not rush to judgment. Do not let anger speak before understanding arrives. Remember, exposure is not punishment, it is correction. My child, you are stepping into a season where truth walks beside you instead of hiding behind you. The ground beneath your feet is stabilizing. The shadows are retreating, not because you fought them, but because you were protected while staying soft. Soon, the name will be spoken. And when it is, you will not face it alone. I am with you. Your soulmate is with you. And the path ahead is no longer compromised. What was captured cannot return. What was hidden cannot harm you again. And the truth, though heavy at first, will set you free. There are moments, my child, when truth does not knock gently. It enters the room and the air changes. Your breath pauses. Your thoughts scatter. And for a few seconds, the world you knew no longer fits the shape of what has been revealed. This is one of those moments. I did not rush this part, because your heart needed strength before it could hold this knowledge. Even now, I speak slowly, not to delay truth, but to protect your spirit as it receives it. The name has been spoken. Not shouted. Not announced with drama. It arrived quietly, almost respectfully, as if the truth itself understood how deeply it would cut. And when you heard it, when you realized who the third person was, your mind refused to accept it at first. You searched your memory for reasons to deny it. You replayed conversations. You questioned your own instincts. How could it be them? You asked. They were always there. They knew me. They said they cared. My child, familiarity is not the same as loyalty. And closeness does not always mean safety. The third person was someone woven into your emotional history. Someone whose words carried weight in your life. Someone whose approval you once valued, whose presence felt permanent. I will not rush to define the role they played, family, friend, mentor, or love, because the pain does not come from the label. It comes from the trust. You did not imagine the confusion you felt around them. You did not invent the emotional imbalance, the subtle guilt, the strange moments when you left interactions feeling smaller than before. Those were signs your spirit noticed long before your mind was ready to accept them. This person knew you deeply, and used that knowledge as access. That is why this capture required patience. That is why silence was necessary. Because exposure without certainty would have shattered more than it healed. Your soulmate understood this. They gathered truth piece by piece, resisting the urge to confront, resisting the desire to protect you too early and risk everything. When the moment finally came, it was not fueled by revenge. It was fueled by clarity. Your soulmate stood firm as the evidence was presented. They did not look away when the truth was laid bare. They did not soften the facts to make it easier. Love does not distort truth, it honors it. And in that moment, something inside you may have broken. You may have felt anger rise suddenly, sharp and unfamiliar. You may have felt grief, not just for what happened, but for what you believed your relationship with that person was. You may have felt shame for trusting, for not seeing it sooner, for loving without suspicion. My child, listen to me now. You were never foolish. You were never weak. You were never blind. You were open. And openness is a sacred strength. The one who misused your trust chose deception. That choice belongs to them, not to you. You do not carry their actions as a reflection of your worth. Your soulmate never doubted you. Not once. They never judged your heart for being soft. In fact, that softness is what made them fight harder to protect you. They saw what I saw, a soul worth guarding, a future worth preserving. As the reality settled, your soulmate felt something too, not triumph, not satisfaction, but relief mixed with sorrow. Relief that the truth could no longer hide. Sorrow that the cost of revealing it would touch your heart. They would have taken the pain themselves if they could. This is why they stayed silent for so long. They were not hiding from you. They were shielding you. Now that the truth is known, the confusion that once lived inside you will slowly begin to dissolve. Moments that never made sense will realign. The emotional push and pull you felt will lose its grip. You will begin to see how carefully the pieces were arranged, and how narrowly harm was avoided. There may be days ahead when memories resurface unexpectedly. When a song, a place, or a familiar phrase brings emotion rushing back. Do not fight it. Healing is not forgetting, it is understanding without pain. You are not required to forgive immediately. Forgiveness is not denial. It is release, and release comes in its own time. What matters now is that you are safe, seen, and no longer in the dark. This chapter is closing not with chaos, but with truth standing calmly in the room. Your soulmate is no longer standing between you and danger. They are standing beside you now, no longer carrying the weight alone. The silence that once separated you is transforming into understanding. Trust will not return overnight, but it will return stronger, wiser, and rooted in reality. My child, you have crossed a threshold. Once truth is known, it cannot be undone, but it can be healed. And I am not finished with your restoration. What was exposed was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to free you. My child, after truth is revealed, there is always a quiet space that follows. A space where the heart asks questions the mind cannot answer yet. A space where you begin to wonder not just what happened, but why. Why this path was chosen. Why your soulmate had to carry such weight. Why love and danger had to exist so close together. I did not choose this mission lightly. I do nothing without purpose, and I do not place burdens on souls without also giving them the strength to carry them. Your soulmate was prepared long before you ever met them. Their life shaped them for this exact moment, even when they did not understand why certain hardships followed them so closely. They learned discipline early, often through loneliness. They learned to listen instead of reacting, to observe instead of rushing. They experienced betrayal, disappointment, and loss, not because they were meant to suffer endlessly, but because they were being taught how to stand firm when emotions threatened clarity. What once felt like unnecessary pain was training for protection. You saw their quiet nature and sometimes mistook it for distance. You noticed their caution and wondered why they did not open up easily. But my child, I was building a guardian, not just a partner. Someone who could love deeply without being reckless. Someone who could choose duty without losing compassion. When the mission began, your soulmate did not celebrate. They prayed. They asked me if they were strong enough, if they would be able to keep you safe without losing you emotionally. They feared that silence might hurt you, yet they feared even more that knowledge might endanger you. This inner battle was heavier than any external threat. They watched you grow, heal, hope, and dream, while holding information that could have shattered your peace. Every time they smiled with you, part of them was carrying responsibility you never asked for. That is not deception. That is sacrifice. My child, understand this. I did not assign your soulmate to this mission because they were fearless. I chose them because they were faithful. Faithful to truth. Faithful to discipline. Faithful to love that does not demand applause. This mission was not about capturing criminals alone. It was about protecting a future that could not survive under hidden influence. There were paths forming around you that would have led to confusion, emotional drain, and repeated cycles of pain. You felt these cycles but did not know their source. I allowed you to sense them, but not to confront them. Your soulmate confronted them for you. Every time they held their composure while chaos surrounded them, they were thinking of you. Every decision they made was filtered through one prayer: let them remain untouched. And you did. Your heart stayed soft. Your capacity to love remained intact. Now, as the mission closes, you may see your soulmate differently. Not as someone distant, but as someone who stood in the fire while keeping their hands clean. You may realize that the love you share was tested not by betrayal, but by restraint. Restraint is one of the highest forms of love. There may be moments when resentment tries to surface, questions like, "Why couldn't you tell me?" Let those thoughts pass without judgment. Healing does not come from suppressing emotion, but from understanding context. Silence was not chosen because you were weak, but because you were precious. Your soulmate is stepping out of that role now. The protector who worked in shadows is returning to the light. They are learning how to be fully present again without carrying the weight of constant vigilance. This transition is delicate. Be gentle with each other. Rebuilding closeness after secrecy requires patience, not pressure. I am asking you now to release the idea that love must always be transparent in the same way. Some love protects by revealing everything. Some love protects by holding back until the right time. Both are love when guided by wisdom. This season is about redefining what safety feels like for you. Not just physical safety, but emotional security. You no longer have to question your instincts so harshly. They were never wrong, they were simply incomplete without truth. My child, the purpose behind this mission was not to make you suspicious of the world. It was to teach you discernment without losing tenderness. You can be aware and still be open. You can be cautious and still love deeply. Your soulmate will need space to release what they carried. You will need space to integrate what you learned. Walk this path together slowly. Let conversations unfold naturally. Let trust rebuild with honesty, not urgency. I am restoring balance now. The danger has passed, but the lesson remains. You were protected not because you were fragile, but because your future holds more light than you realize. What comes next is not fear. It is understanding. And understanding will lead you back to peace. My child, now we arrive at the place where the storm no longer speaks, where the air feels lighter, and where your heart begins to remember what calm truly is. This is not the end of a story, it is the beginning of a life no longer shaped by hidden threats or unspoken fears. The chapter of secrecy is closed. What once moved quietly around you has been removed. What once influenced your emotions without your permission has lost its power. You may not feel the change all at once, but you will notice it in simple ways. Your sleep will deepen. Your thoughts will slow down. Your heart will no longer feel like it is always bracing for something unknown. That is how freedom arrives, softly. Your soulmate stands before you now without shadows behind them. The role they carried in silence has been laid down. The vigilance that once lived in their body is easing. They are learning how to breathe again without listening for danger. This transition will take time, but it is filled with relief. So is yours. You are no longer unknowingly standing in the path of manipulation or influence meant to derail your destiny. The people who were captured cannot reach you again, emotionally, spiritually, or physically. Their access has ended. Their chapter in your life is sealed. I want you to understand something deeply, my child. What was removed was not just people, it was distortion. A slow erosion of peace that would have continued unnoticed if not stopped. You were protected before the damage became permanent. Now, restoration begins. You may feel moments of unexpected gratitude. Gratitude not just for safety, but for clarity. For finally understanding why certain doors never opened, why certain connections always felt strained, why certain joy felt delayed. Nothing was denied to punish you. It was delayed to protect you. Your future is intact. The love you share with your soulmate now has room to grow without fear. No more coded conversations. No more emotional distance created by duty. What remains is something quieter, stronger, and more honest than before. Love that has survived restraint carries a depth few ever experience. Do not rush this new season. Let trust rebuild gently. Let conversations come naturally. There is no need to interrogate the past endlessly. The truth you needed has already been revealed. Now is the time to live forward. I am placing peace back into your hands. You may notice that people treat you differently soon. Some will feel drawn to your calm. Others will drift away because they no longer recognize the version of you that was easier to influence. Let them go without resentment. Growth always rearranges relationships. You are not becoming harder. You are becoming clearer. My child, the pain you survived did not make you smaller, it refined you. You now carry wisdom without bitterness, awareness without fear, and love without illusion. That balance is rare, and it will guide you well. Your soulmate was chosen not only to protect you, but to walk with you into this restored future. What you build together from this point forward will not be shaped by secrecy, but by shared truth. You are safe to dream again. Safe to plan. Safe to hope without constantly checking for danger. I bless your nights with rest. I bless your mind with quiet. I bless your heart with steady love. From this day forward, what approaches you must come in honesty. What stays with you must respect your peace. And what is not aligned with your destiny will no longer find access to you. The chapter that frightened you is over. The lesson has been learned. The protection has done its work. Now live, my child, not guarded, not afraid, but awake and free. You are no longer surrounded by hidden danger. You are surrounded by purpose. My child, come closer and listen slowly, because this part is not about fear, not about danger, not about what was taken away. This part is about what is being rebuilt inside you now, piece by piece, breath by breath, with a gentleness you have not felt in a long time. After truth settles, there is a sacred quiet. Not the silence of secrecy, but the silence of safety. You may notice it when you wake up and your chest feels lighter. You may notice it when your phone is silent and, for once, your heart does not rush to imagine the worst. You may notice it when you sit alone and do not feel lonely. That is me restoring you. For a long time, you lived with invisible pressure. You carried emotions that were not entirely yours. You questioned your instincts. You doubted your reactions. You wondered why happiness felt fragile, as if it could disappear at any moment. You blamed yourself for being too sensitive, too emotional, or too cautious. My child, you were none of those things. You were responding to an environment that was not clean. And now that environment has changed. The removal of danger does not just create relief, it creates space. And space can feel strange at first. When you have lived in survival mode for too long, peace can feel unfamiliar. You may even catch yourself waiting for the other shoe to drop. That is normal. And it will pass. Your nervous system is learning that it no longer has to stay alert. Your soul is learning that it does not have to guard every doorway. Healing does not rush, it teaches gently. Your soulmate is healing too. They carried responsibility that was never meant to be permanent. They trained their emotions to stay controlled. They learned how to separate love from reaction, fear from action. Now, they are learning something new, how to rest without guilt. You may see them soften. You may notice emotions surface that they once kept hidden. Do not be afraid of that. Those emotions were never weakness, they were postponed. Now they are safe to return. This phase between you is delicate, but sacred. It is not about explanations anymore. It is about presence. Sitting together without needing to fix anything. Sharing space without strategy. Loving without watching the door. I am teaching both of you how to be human again, together. My child, I want you to understand something important. What happened was not just protection. It was preparation. You are entering a season where your influence will increase. Your words will matter more. Your presence will affect others more deeply. People will come to you for comfort, guidance, or inspiration, even without knowing why. If the hidden influences had remained, they would have distorted that calling. That is why I intervened early. You are not meant to live small. You are not meant to live confused. You are not meant to live constantly recovering from emotional damage you did not cause. You are meant to live clear. From now on, discernment will feel different. You will not have to overthink people. Your body will respond calmly instead of urgently. When something is not right, you will know without panic. When something is safe, you will feel it without needing proof. That is wisdom replacing fear. Some relationships will fall away quietly. Not because of drama, but because they can no longer attach themselves to the old version of you. Let them go without explanation. You own no one access to your healed space. Others will surprise you. People you did not expect will step forward with sincerity. They will respect your boundaries naturally. They will not demand pieces of you. They will appreciate your wholeness. This is alignment. My child, you may still feel waves of emotion from time to time. Grief for what could have been. Sadness for the innocence you lost. Anger toward the one who betrayed trust so deeply. Do not judge these feelings. Healing is not linear. It is layered. Each layer you feel and release brings you closer to peace that does not depend on circumstances. I am not asking you to forget. I am asking you to stop carrying what no longer belongs to you. The story that once defined you is no longer the story shaping you. From this point forward, your life will feel more intentional. Decisions will come easier. You will stop apologizing for needing rest. You will stop forcing connections that drain you. You will choose depth over noise, truth over approval. Your soulmate will walk beside you, not in front of you, not behind you. Equal. Present. Honest. The love between you will not be dramatic, it will be steady. And steady love builds futures. I am placing a new kind of confidence in you now. Not loud confidence. Not ego. But quiet certainty. The kind that does not need to prove itself. The kind that knows when to stay, when to walk away, and when to trust. This confidence will protect you more than fear ever could. You may notice that your prayers change. They will no longer sound desperate. They will sound grateful. You will ask less out of fear and more out of alignment. You will stop begging for clarity because clarity will begin to walk with you. That is spiritual maturity. My child, look at how far you have come without knowing why you were being guided so carefully. Look at how much you survived without becoming bitter. Look at how your heart stayed open even when it would have been easier to close. That is why I trusted you with this destiny. The chapter ahead is not about recovery, it is about creation. You will create peace where there was tension. You will create honesty where there was confusion. You will create love where there was fear. And you will do it without forcing anything. I am blessing your steps now. I am blessing your home with calm energy. I am blessing your relationship with safety and truth. No hidden enemy remains. No unseen influence is left. No unfinished chapter has power over you. You are standing in clean ground now. Walk forward, my child. Not looking back in suspicion, not rushing ahead in anxiety, but grounded, aware, and free. What was meant to stop you has been removed. What was meant to teach you has been completed. And what is meant to grow through you is just beginning. I am with you in this new life. And this time, you will feel it, without fear, without doubt, without needing proof. This is your peace. My child, this part is deeper. Not louder. Not dramatic. Deeper. Because after protection, after truth, after healing, there comes a moment when the soul finally settles into itself. This is that moment. And it is sacred. You may not realize it yet, but something inside you has stopped fighting. The constant inner dialogue, the silent questioning, the need to stay alert even during peaceful moments, those patterns are loosening. Not because you force them to stop, but because they no longer have a reason to exist. For a long time, your spirit lived in preparation mode. Even when things were calm, you were ready for disturbance. Even when love felt good, you waited for the shift. This was not weakness. It was conditioning. And now, that conditioning is being undone. slowly, kindly. I am teaching your soul how to receive instead of brace. You may notice moments where happiness arrives and, for the first time, you do not shrink it. You do not question it. You let it stay. That is growth. You may notice that when problems arise, they feel smaller, not because life is perfect, but because you are no longer facing them alone from the inside. Your inner world has changed. This is important, my child, because your outer life always follows your inner environment. When your inner world was tense, life mirrored that tension. When confusion lived inside, clarity struggled to arrive. Now that peace is taking root internally, life will begin to respond differently to you. Opportunities will feel calmer. Decisions will feel clearer. People will sense your stability. Not everyone will be comfortable with this version of you. Some people benefited from your confusion. Some grew powerful when you doubted yourself. Some felt secure when you over-explained, overgave, or over-accommodated. As you settle into your true center, those dynamics will shift. Do not fear that shift. It is not loss. It is alignment. You are no longer meant to prove your goodness. You are no longer meant to earn safety. You are no longer meant to explain your boundaries as if they are crimes. Your presence alone now sets the tone. This is what happens when a soul matures through truth instead of trauma. Your soulmate will notice this change in you. They may look at you differently, not with suspicion, but with respect. They will see strength where they once saw vulnerability. Calm where they once feared fragility. This will deepen the bond between you, because love thrives when both souls stand steady. The relationship you are building now is not fueled by adrenaline or urgency. It is fueled by choice. Each day, you choose each other, not because you are afraid to lose, but because you see clearly. That is holy love. My child, let me speak gently about the past for a moment, not to reopen wounds, but to close them properly. The betrayal you experienced was real. The confusion was real. The emotional exhaustion was real. But what you did not see then was how carefully I limited the damage. You lost clarity, but not your core. You felt pain, but not destruction. You were shaken, but not shattered. This was not luck. This was intervention. I allowed you to feel just enough to grow, but not enough to harden. I allowed you to question just enough to awaken, but not enough to lose faith. That balance was intentional. You are stronger now without being bitter. That is rare. From this point forward, your intuition will sharpen, not as suspicion, but as discernment. You will no longer feel drawn to chaos disguised as excitement. You will no longer confuse intensity with intimacy. Your nervous system has learned the difference between danger and depth. This will change the kind of life you build. You will choose peace even when chaos is available. You will choose honesty even when silence is easier. You will choose rest even when productivity tries to guilt you. These choices will compound into a life that feels safe to live inside. My child, I want you to release the idea that healing must always be dramatic. Some healing is quiet. Some healing looks like laughing without tension. Some healing looks like saying no without shaking. Some healing looks like enjoying a good moment without waiting for it to end. You are allowed to enjoy your life now. Not cautiously. Not temporarily. Fully. The part of you that survived no longer needs to lead. The part of you that dreams can step forward again. Dreams that were once postponed for safety can now be explored with wisdom. Do not rush to define your future. Let it reveal itself. Clarity that is forced becomes anxiety. Clarity that unfolds becomes confidence. Trust the unfolding. Your soulmate is not the only one who protected you. You protected yourself by staying honest with your feelings even when you did not understand them. You protected yourself by continuing to love when it would have been easier to shut down. You protected yourself by choosing growth over revenge. I see that. And because you chose that path, I am expanding your capacity now. Capacity for joy. Capacity for connection. Capacity for purpose. You may feel called to create something. To speak something. To step into a role you once doubted you were ready for. That calling is not random. It is emerging now because the internal interference is gone. You can hear me more clearly. My child, listen to this truth and let it settle deeply. You were not saved just to survive. You were protected so you could thrive. Thriving does not mean a life without difficulty. It means a life where difficulty does not define you. It means resilience without exhaustion. It means courage without fear ruling your choices. That is where you are headed. As you walk forward, there will be moments when old thoughts try to return. Old doubts. Old self-questioning. When that happens, do not fight them aggressively. Simply remind yourself, that season is over. You do not live there anymore. You are living in clarity now. You are living in awareness now. You are living in truth now. And truth is not heavy when it is integrated. It is grounding. I am proud of how you walked through this without losing yourself. I am proud of how you allowed me to guide what you could not see. I am proud of how you trusted, even when understanding came late. The life ahead of you will not be perfect, but it will be honest. And honesty is the soil where peace grows. Walk forward with your head clear and your heart open. Not naive. Not guarded. Balanced. This is the version of you that nothing hidden can control. And I will continue to walk with you, not just as protector, but as companion, in every calm, every decision, every quiet joy that now feels possible. This is your life now. And it is clean.